we'll just go until we don't feel like going anymore.
Yeah.
We live. There we are. Let me get us out here.
What's up, Facebook?
We
Shout
have
outs to the bookkeeping team.
team. Yeah, how fun was
you
that?
guys.
How fun
Yeah,
was
it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
I'm jealous. Next year, I'm crashing you guys' party and we're going fishing.
Man, JC's a big dude. I look like a dwarf next to him.
Some of the gals on our team, are they're low. They're lower to the ground. And like I never thought of JC as being that big, but he's got to be like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah. Yeah, so you're talking about some of the team members not being tall enough, because I think Steph is one of those
yes, she's
team members.
If something's like, yeah, when you're in a grocery store, it's good to be next to a tall person that can like reach up and get stuff that's way high up. But sometimes it's good to be with a shorter person too that can grab stuff that's down lower in a tight space.
Down low, yeah.
Yeah, that's Steph.
On the lower shelf.
Steph
and Jovi.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They can grab what's down there. We're out here, but I got to do the public thing. And we're officially now cool enough to stream to our Facebook page. We got cool enough. Facebook said we're cool now. I'm still trying to learn all the goofy setup of the profile thing. Like they're trying to get me to monetize stuff, which I don't care about monetizing stuff. I just care about making cool content. But I'm like playing their game. And I think the next step, if I'm like reading their instructions correctly, the next step is I have to do what JC did, and I have to change my name. Yeah. Like he had to go he went to Jared. He had to go back to Jared, and I'll have to be Daniel on Facebook. And I don't know if I'm not a Daniel. I'm just a Dan. I mean, I'm a Daniel. I'm a Daniel when I'm in trouble with a much older relative. Then I'm a Daniel. Then I'm a Daniel James if I'm in trouble with an older relative.
Full name.
Name. You get in trouble. That's what you get. And I tend to get in trouble enough to know what that's like.
That's what your wife calls you when you're in trouble. Daniel James Plata.
My mom does. My grandma used to, rest her soul. We're both doing it. Sean Day in the house, higher lead chill.
What's up, man?
Just talking about what I get called when I get yelled at. I don't think Marty has ever called me Daniel James.
Oh, not yet.
Maybe this can't be it, but maybe I've never gotten in trouble with her. That can't be it. But I don't have a specific memory that comes to mind of when I got in trouble.
But remember what you told us. You might think your wife is Canadian too. So
she does apologize a lot. Yeah. She loves maple syrup. Cheese curds on French fries with gravy. I'm pretty sure she likes that too. A little poutine. Who doesn't like poutine?
Nice.
I was about to say, like, you ain't American if you don't like poutine, but that wouldn't be right. You ain't Canadian if you don't like poutine.
Oh, Angela's checking in.
Angela, what's up? You
gotta jump on here.
Busy partying over at the Huge. I'm having a little FOMO. I got my FOMO setting in because we're not there hanging out. But the show must go on. The show must go on. Oh, yeah, we got to make a radio show, don't we? Thanks for the reminder. I would have just sat here yapping and totally forgot that this is a radio show. You ready, Jai? You ready for radio?
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping. I had the volume real loud there. Holy moly. I was banging it. What we got?
Right, take it over. Angela's not here, man.
Yeah, and Jai's dancing. Angela, how's the volume out there? Angela said, just getting to Nashville, or we would be joining. She misses Jai. She doesn't miss any of the rest of us.
No, not at all.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
it's all right.
We were talking about how tall JC was. But, yeah.
I mean, Angela's no slouch herself. She's got some height. She's up there.
She's taller than me.
Taller than you?
Yeah, she's taller than me.
About my height. Although she always wears tall, fancy shoes. Not always, but a lot of times I see her she's wearing tall, fancy shoes. So when she's wearing tall, fancy shoes, she's like exactly my height, I think.
Yeah, maybe it's the shoes. I don't know. But she's taller than me.
Maybe I need to wear tall, fancy shoes. I'm the one. Zig's in the house. What's happening, Zig? Zig, you wouldn't believe the buck pictures I got. You and I should do an episode just swapping buck pictures. I got and a new strategy for anybody out there that is interested in whitetails, which isn't very many people, but I know Zig is. I have a new strategy, which is instead of putting food plots in, all you got to do is go till up a bunch of dirt. If you just till up dirt, all the deer show up like, what the hell happened over here? So my new strategy is like, if I know I'm going to be out hunting the day before, I'm going to go till up a bunch of dirt. That's it. And then I'm going to sit there the next day and all the deer are going to come by and like, what happened over here? Where'd all this dirt come from? And then bam, I'm going to get one. That's my strategy. Zig, I'm not lying to you. I have two 40s, two separate 40s with I'm gonna let me see, at least 11, if not 12 shooter bucks. Like one has 7 and one has 5. 2 40s, about an hour and a half apart. It's bonkers. I don't know where they all go. They don't come by me. Jai, where did you go? I don't know where Jai goes either. Maybe he had to go take a leak or something. You
better till up some radio spot, man.
Yeah.
I'm just in the background.
He's just hanging. He's just creeping. Yeah. He's just creeping. First thing I want to, Jai, I want you back on here because I want to talk about the sponsorship stuff. But the first thing, not right now. Get back. You get your back. Oh, I'm just kidding. Sean, we just gotta do this. And this isn't going to surprise you, but I just got to say thanks. I think yesterday, it didn't start yesterday. We were going to start running my job ads again because I'm down to. I have 2 people that I still want to bring on board from the last round, but as we declared during our webinar series, is I feel more comfortable with 10. I want 10. 2 makes me uneasy because it's just like I'm just down. I'm down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And options are limited and they might not, the timing might not be right or whatever. There's one that I think will come on board and her and I've been in communication. We're just trying to find the right timing. There's another one that might do some part-time stuff, but then I've exhausted and I have learned from not being able to grow businesses due to not having awesome employees that you never want to run out of awesome applicants. It's like the number one thing that slows down a fast growing business is not having awesome employees ready to go. So fired up the Cruton with Hirely Jim. Yesterday Nikki said, hey dumbass, she didn't call me that, this is just like my story. Nikki's like, hey dumbass, you need to put your card on file with Indeed so we can actually like boost an ad. So I did that last night and she did, like, I'm sure she got it this morning. I mean, it was like 10 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock her time when I finally remembered to like go in and do that. I have to give you like a live stat because if I told you what I saw 20 minutes ago, it would be no longer applicable.
Right.
I have interview slots scheduled starting next Tuesday, doing group interviews, of course,
right.
I'm doing interviews. So Tuesdays at 2:30 my time, Thursdays at 2:30 my time. I have next Tuesday's full. I got 10 people. I maxed it out at 10 people in a group interview for like a Google Meet.
Yep.
10, that filled up. Thursday the 29th, another 5. So that's 15. Tuesday the 3rd now has, holy shit, 8 people on it. So that is 23 interviews. And this is that's like after people get filtered out. And there's a lot of, mine has extra filtering because we have additional knockout questions in there. I didn't even go into Go High Level to see how many people it took to get 23 people. I bet there's a few hundred applicants to get down to 23 like candidates.
For sure.
But damn, that was fast. Like this literally happened.
This was from last night.
This is from today. I think she got them going because she had like we did a little back and forth today, and no surprise again here. Nikki's like, hey Dan, people are trying to schedule time with you, and all of a sudden they can't. And it was because I blocked my schedule off. I blocked it with like an interview time block so that customers wouldn't book it. And then she's like, hey Dan, nobody can book an interview with you because you're fully booked. And I was like, oh duh. Like I legit blocked people off from being able to book my calendar. And then people can book my calendar.
We've had that happen before with clients. Real quick,
I'm a dumbass.
You would never know that, and customers don't know that too. You're just doing it, and then you're going on with your day. We know what's going on like instantly, and going, "Hey, red light, red alert, call the customer."
It was super funny. Nikki called me, but I was out doing my midday jog. I was out running. And so I saw she called me. I ignored it because I was totally out of breath. I was on like I decided to go for a 4.5 miler today, and I was on like mile 3.5. And normally I run 3 miles, so I was hurting. But it's a beautiful day when it's the low 70s. I just couldn't stop running. I was like, I got some time today. I can get this jogging. I missed the last 2 days, so I felt like I needed to like make up a little bit. So I didn't answer that phone while I was jogging. And so I got back and that was when she's like, hey, by the way, nobody can book an interview. So I opened it back up. And she's like, I could, like I looked at your schedule, right? She can go in and like see my calendar. So she's like, I looked at that. I hope you had a great run. I told these applicants that I can't edit it, but I told them that it'll be fine. I'll manually set it up. And so, yeah, like then immediately once I cleared it up, just like all of a sudden, all these darn applicants, these awesome applicants came rolling through. But man, it's just so cool. It's just so literally, it was like, all right, go, like calendar filled up. So I'm pumped. We're gonna get back to 10. We'll be back at 10 in no time. In no time. Curtis Turner says, man, I hate that you're not going to be here this week. I promise to drink an extra crappy light beer for you. Curtis, you're my man. Drink 2 of them. Don't stop at just one. You got 2 hands for a reason. Zig wants to look at some trail cam pics. We should do that. So Gino says, Dan, is it Dan or Dan? Is a lot of ends. What's up, Gino? No. It's Caddyshack. He's going. That's what it is. Well, I just saw my mom jumped on. I already got yelled at by my mom and my aunt for swearing too much. And
there you go.
And now that we've got a sponsor coming on next Thursday, we officially have the sponsor kickoff episode. Next Thursday was just the day that worked for all of us. And they will have, I want them to like be a part of the thing. I'm not going to release who it is. I will talk about it and Jai will join me in talking about it here. Cause it's kind of a fun like project to work on. It's our first sponsor, not the first sponsor opportunity. I've turned down a handful of them. This was the first one where it's like the right type of sponsor. And I want to talk about that too, like picking affiliates and picking sponsors and who we want to refer and why we refer and how all that works. But next Thursday, whatever next Thursday is, what I don't even know what the hell day it is today. How am I going to talk about what day it is next Thursday? Next Thursday would be the 29th.
28th?
Yes.
29th. Wednesday's the 28th.
Oh,
we got our normal episode next Wednesday with Chris from Loopire, Cruton buddy of ours, Sean. So he's on Wednesday the 28th, and then Thursday the 29th, that evening, we're kicking it off with our new sponsor, late night happy hour episode. We're going to jam with them, and then they'll have an open seat on our panel here. Whenever they want to jump on the radio with us, they're going to do it. And then I got my guy, Jason Guy, on tonight. I got that Jai's going to hate me because I got Jason Guy on tonight, who we had to reschedule once, but he's got a marketing business and does some cool like animated video stuff, super cool stuff. Then I got a bonus episode tomorrow with the dudes that we went fishing in Mexico, talking shop and doing all sorts of fun stuff out there.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
And that'll be like a trip recap type of episode, just BSing about business and fishing trips and all that. And then next week, kind of same thing. We got the normal episode with Chris from Loop Hire. And then we got the bonus episode next Thursday, digging in with our new sponsors. A couple guys from there jumping on. So I'm stoked. But I was gonna say with my mom watching, she even said, "Yep, watch your language." She wants me to watch it. And out of respect for having an awesome sponsor, I got to make sure the content, I will say from back in the day when Bobby used to co-host, it was R-rated, if not every once in a while X-rated content. It was inappropriate. It was inappropriate. Even made me uncomfortable at times. Which Bob has that skill set, and I'm okay with that. I thought it was funny. Not everybody thought it was funny. I think it's funny. I'm pretty laid back about my sense of humor. But so it went from like extreme inappropriateness to we kind of dialed it in. There's still some F words here and there. When you get fired up, then you got to drop an F word every once in a while. But in the fairness of having a sponsor and trying to make appropriate content that they can also share to their audience, right? As the audience gets bigger, you don't want to lose. It's this funny edge, and one of the reasons why I try not to like hold back from being fiery and using swear words. The best advice I ever got when I started podcasting was be yourself with the microphone turned all the way up. Like don't try to appease to the masses. Don't tone down who you are. Like make it is the most extreme version of who you are. That's entertaining, that creates followers, that like attracts the people that are going to stick it out and hang in. Jai's not going to show this one, so I'm going to show it. JC Jared Chinowski giving him the fist bump.
Ooh.
Jared didn't he just checked in, but Jared, my next step in my Facebook journey is they're going to try to get me to be Daniel. If I go through with the next thing and get Facebook verified or whatever, they're going to try to make me be Daniel. And I don't know if I'm a Daniel. I mean, I'm a Daniel because that's what my birth certificate says. But like, you guys tell me, if you just saw me walking down the street and you knew I was some derivative of Daniel, would you be like, that dude's a Daniel? Or would you be like, that dude's a Dan for sure? Or maybe a dumbass.
If I saw you, I'll be like, Dan, like that.
That's about right. That's about
it.
right.
That's it.
UN Gino would be doing that.
What's up, guy?
Dude, I go back and like you got your cancer culture. What is it called? Cancel culture now? Is that that like a big term or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been canceled, so that's cool. I think you'll be all right. But like I remember when Howard Stern left public radio and went to, was it XM or Sirius? I can't remember which he's on now.
It's the same thing now, anyway, isn't it?
That's true. That's true. And like, but he's like, but I didn't go overboard with swearing necessarily either, because then that kind of gets boring and like, okay, I've had it. I've heard that enough of that type of thing. So your balance is like superb, man.
Yeah, you can't be gimmicky swearing, right? It's got to be swearing in the right moment when the intensity justifies the swears. Like JC said, Blue Check Daniel. That would be my new nickname, the Blue Check Daniel. Blue Check Danielson. And then he said, yeah, try it with Dan. I'll give that a shot. And I like Zig's comment here, which is, I don't know, man. Dan shoots more big bucks than Daniel. And I think maybe that's where it hits home for me, is I just feel like I'm a big buck shooting Dan. Daniel just doesn't sound like a dude that's out there rolling in molasses and then leaves and run around the woods naked with his recurve bow killing whitetails.
Teresa McConnell just joined right when you said that.
yeah, that's me. Picture that. Checking in for a hot minute. That was a hot minute right there. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you change your name to Daniel, it'd be weird for me too, because I'm not used to seeing your name, Daniel.
I was gonna say nobody, like, I think everybody, and I had to double check when JC became Jared Chinowski. I think I literally shot him a message and I was like, wait a second, did somebody try to steal your identity type of thing? Like, that was what I thought was happening. So that worries me. It definitely worries me to be a Daniel. Let's do this. I wanna dive into the sponsorship a little bit more and just talk through all like the ins and outs of it. It's super cool. And it's my first time doing it, so I'm all excited about it. I also want to finish the conversation and probably do this after a commercial break. Jai, hit us with some commercial break music. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, I want to finish last week's episode. We were talking about happiness as a business owner. I was starting to take it into my worries about technological advances and how I see that. This isn't like a new phenomenon, but like we have seen that erode happiness throughout culture over time. And as we get into AI, I kind of see I see a huge threat to happiness, and I want to address it a little bit and finish off where we started last week. So come on back. We're going to talk a little happiness. We're going to talk a little sponsorship, and I don't know, probably more whitetail deer hunting because it's just about to be that time of year. That time of year. All right, we'll be back with a little more home service happy hour right here on Turfs Up Radio. Don't go nowhere.
Landscapers, had enough of disjointed and outdated software? Upgrade to Aspire and say goodbye to estimating, scheduling, and routing frustrations. With Aspire, it's smooth sailing. Work orders? Handled. Mobile access? Done. Invoicing, payments, and real-time reporting? It's covered. Aspire's got your back. Why settle? You deserve software that works just as hard as you do. Learn more at youraspire.com. That's youraspire.com.
You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Now you can even ask Alexa to tune you in when you're home.
True Fuel is a high-octane fuel precision-engineered for your 2- and 4-cycle equipment. They use the most advanced synthetic lubricants and stabilizers in an ethanol-free fuel, improving performance, protecting your equipment, and saving you time. That means easier startups, smoother idling, and quicker trigger response, plus extended life for all of your equipment. True Fuel is ready to use and easy to store, helping your operations be more efficient and reducing maintenance costs. We at Turfs Up use True Fuel because we know it works and we know it's the best option. Check out TrueFuel50.com to learn more. That's TrueFuel50.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, here's to all the women in the green industry. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
This new music. I've never heard this music before. I don't even know what to do with myself. It's funky.
It's a little funky. A little funky.
I like that. Yeah, that's good stuff. That sounds like some happy hour music. That sounds like happy hour music. I don't know how I missed this one. I missed a good one here. We're talking about. I got Jason Guy on the show tonight. Zig said, "Is Jason Guy half of Jason Guy Men?" They're both pretty big dudes.
Yeah.
But Jason Guyman keeps getting smaller. So maybe Jason Guyman's half of Jason Guy. I don't know. I'll ask. That'll be like my number one, Zig. That'll be my number one question for Jason Guy. That'll be kind of how we close the episode. Everybody's dying to know: are you half of Jason Guyman? We'll see. We'll see where that takes us. We got to talk happiness, but man, this music's making me happy, dude. It's good. That's all. That's all you need. Whenever you're a little stressed by your business, just get Jai to put some tunes on in the background, and you'll be happier immediately. But I want to give a little bit of a recap of last week's episode in case you missed it, just to set the stage. We were talking about happiness, and there was actually the guys I'm talking to tomorrow went on a fishing trip in Mexico. Like, how freaking cool for a ton of people. That was like a bucket list style trip. Even when we went to the marina in San Diego to buy some baits, and we were buying baits, and they're like, "Where are you guys headed?" We're going, "Oh, Cedros Island." And like 3 dudes were like, "Oh my God, you guys are going to Cedros? I've always wanted to do this." It's like 30, 40, 50-year-old dudes. I've always wanted to do that. And I'm just like, what stop? Like, it is also kind of one of those things where it's like you live so close that it, like, I've never been to Canada fishing. I live in Minnesota. Like, I've always wanted to do that. Everybody'd be like, dude, you freaking live right there. Like, you just like boop and you're there. And so it kind of felt like one of those, but it's a total destination trip. Super fun. I won't say once in a lifetime, and I won't say that because I totally plan on going back sometime. So I don't want it to be a once in a lifetime. I want it to be a multiple times in a lifetime type of trip. And can be because it was rather affordable. Tons of fun, super good fishing, super good people, super good food, really well taken care of. But I wasn't happy. And I wasn't happy because of like all kinds of sorts of stuff, but lack of productivity. Like, especially when you're a business owner, and I got 3 little kids, and my wife's been traveling and I've been traveling, and so have just been missing stability. My wife and I were looking at the schedule. She has traveled 9 out of 12 weeks this summer.
Yeah.
Normally I'm the asshole traveling all over the place. Like, she leaves tomorrow. It's just like a down and back. She comes back Friday, but she was gone for a day and a half last week. She's gone for a day and a half this week, and it's fine. Like, we're fine, right? Distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think I probably am like having better sexual life when she's traveling a lot. Mostly probably back to like why did she even let me go to Mexico? Well, she just feels bad that she's gone. So she's nicer to Dan anyway. So I can't, it's not all complaining here. But just like out of rhythm, right? And lacking some productivity. Plus with 3 kids, it's like sports every night all summer long. And so they have sports every night all winter long too, but they're inside. And so I can bring my laptop and get stuff done. And I've been like, it took me a little bit this summer to be like, where's my productivity happening? Like, why do I always feel behind? And I'm like, oh, it's because we have soccer every night. And I'm Crosby and I'm chasing his ass around all over the place instead of like getting some work done while my kid is practicing. Like, I'm out at practice with the kids. And so it was a good reflection of there's a lot of things that are super fun, but don't necessarily create like long-term happiness. And there's some transitions here to get to like the end of the story. But one thing that I have found is technology, while it creates a lot of opportunities for fun, it can totally suck out the hard part of stuff. The hard part, which is where we get our pride, which is what gives us happiness. Like the hard production, overcoming problems, solving stuff, getting pride, feeling good. And like, that is what drives us. It drives me. That's like where my happiness comes from. I know when I'm down, it's not because something bad happened to me. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I need to go like produce something. I need to exercise. I need to get something done around the house. I need to get some work done, something to be productive. And so there's this weird slippery scale of technology usage that I see. And I don't know where the line is drawn. And I don't dislike technology. Like, I think I'd rather shoot my compound bow than a recurve. I think I would rather use my computer than a typewriter, right? There's so much technology that is awesome, but we get used to it, right? And so there's like no happiness that comes from having a cell phone. I notice for sure the minute I open social media, I am less happy. It's hard not to. It's hard not to open it. And sorry that many of you are probably watching this on social media, but I think we all have that same thing. It is such a happiness drain. The conversations and the feeds and the bullshit that you get wrapped into, like, causes you to stew on just a bunch of stuff that is just a bunch of assholes. And that's who gets the loudest voice on social media, is people that are being the biggest dicks, right? That's their algorithms geared to like get that person some more attention. And it's that AI and that algorithm. And when the thinking stops being done by people, I think that to me is the scary thing, where I can look at a whole lot of machines and say, that's pretty sweet. I don't have an issue with that. I'm looking out at my pool right now. That pool pump, like that machine that circulates that water, that thing, I don't have a pool without it, right? That's some cool technology, right? To be able to suck water around and spit it back out. And it's not like this is a new thing, right? But without that technology, this pool doesn't exist. And we have a lot of fun in the pool. A lot of happiness comes from hanging out in the pool. I'm sitting here streaming on a computer, talking to Sean halfway across the freaking country. And that's awesome. And that doesn't happen without technology, right? And so I don't know what the answer is. I'm not saying I have an answer, but I do see as the technology progresses to a point where it starts to think for us, the happiness very much quickly falls apart. And I think it goes back to the pride thing that our creation is gone, right? When AI can start doing art and can start writing programs for itself and can start writing emails for itself and becoming us. My brother-in-law was like just proving a point. He was like, dude, like your podcast isn't original. And I was like, I don't know, man. There's not many Dan Plata's out there. Like I'm a weird keeping goofball. He's like, with two Chat GPT prompts, he had Chat GPT basically being Dan. And I was like, that's just
speaking of a pride killer.
yeah, it's just like that sucks. Like, why would anybody like there's no happiness in that creation? There's no joy to me in that creation when you can't trust anything, right? You can't trust a news article, you can't trust a picture, you can't trust that. You can't even trust that I'm the fucking one sitting here saying this thing anymore. Yeah. I am, because AI probably doesn't use the F word yet, and hopefully my mom's not still watching. But like, as I think about it and think about like how, step back for a second, all the data suggests that like the happiest people in the world are the ones with like jack shit. They're the ones that live in the bush in Africa, right? The more technology you have, the weirder this like happiness thing is. Like the people with the most stuff are not happy. And we know there's also a lot of data that suggests that experiences create happiness rather than things. And so I'm pretty in tune with that. Like if I have a thing, it better be a tool or a toy to create an experience. I'm driving a truck with 200,000 miles on it, and the only reason I'm getting a new one is because Marty said the one we have isn't safe. Otherwise, like I want to be a rusty truck driving son of a gun. There's no happiness in a new truck. There's like a flash of ooh, neato, and like that dopamine kick, and it's gone. Like that is not happiness. That is like fake. That's not real. And then you get buyer's remorse, and that's real. Like that shit lasts for a long time, right? Then you're broke for a long ass time. My buddy was just talking about buying a new house, and it's like it's a really nice house. It's the right house in the right school district and all that stuff, and it's expensive. And he was like asking my opinion. I was like, I don't think you want my opinion, because a house is just a place to store some shit so we can go out on an adventure. Like there's no happiness in a house. Like you need to be safe. You need to have a roof over your head. You don't want a ton of problems with it. Unless the problems give you pride, which causes happiness. So maybe you want some problems. But you just don't want to be house poor. Like that sucks when you can't go do stuff and live your life because your mortgage is so big. So that was like, I was like, I'm not going to say do it or don't do it. But that's not the life I want to live. Like, I don't want to have money tied up in something that's not an experience. Most of the experiences that I get in my house are chasing my kids around and yelling at them. Like that's usually what happens here. Like, get off that, don't break that, get that out of your brother's mouth. Yeah. But you know, all that sort of stuff. But back to the AI thing. I think that's what makes me so. I've ranted about this before. I think AI is super cool, and it's not stopping. I'm not saying like everybody should stop using it, because you can't stop that sort of thing. But what worries me, and the reason it makes me really uneasy, is everything I do is centered around trying to increase other people's happiness to increase my own happiness. Yep. And I don't see AI. It's fun and it's unique and it's new. And so we're all like jamming on it, but I don't see long-term the happiness benefits of it. Like, sure, it's going to increase some productivity, but yeah, I could also buy a lawnmower that mows the lawn for itself, but I choose to like have a walking lawnmower that I have to push. It's not even a self-propelled one. Like, I want to go do hard things. I like walking around in the yard. That gives me some happiness. Yeah, it's not cost effective. Yeah, it's not efficient. Who gives a shit? It's happiness. That's what's important. So AI worries the shit out of me for that reason. That's where it makes me uneasy. I just after talking about it for like the last 6 months and saying I don't like it, I felt like I needed to declare what it is that I don't like about it, and that's what it is.
Just out of curiosity, did you sort of have the same vibes and apprehension when the internet first came out and the web first came out, or not really? And why do you think it was different if it wasn't the same?
I don't think so, but I was in middle school, and it's like I didn't have the awareness then, right? Like again, it was just like neato, dial-up internet and AOL Instant Messenger. Like, it was just new and cool, and I didn't have the ability to like think about I didn't have the ability to like think big about something.
I mean, you prove that your technology is cool. I thought the fax machine was like magic when it first came out. It made all these goofy noises and then literally papers coming through into my hand. I thought that was crazy, like a magician was doing this.
Yeah.
Right. And then I would never go back to that. And it just went before email got to be really big. And I remember that Hotmail came out, AOL came out first, I think. And then they said it was free. And I'm going, what? There's no looking back when you hear the word free when it comes to fax.
Yeah, I gotta get this. Right? I gotta get this.
Yeah. Couple quick points I'll make that are going to sound like I'm jumping all over the place because you talked an awful long time there about a lot of cool things. One is
that's the first time I've ever done that. I've never done that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're passionate about AI not being super healthy, maybe. Right. So I won't take much of your time.
But I'll take all yours, damn it.
You had mentioned something about the kids and and I got to work, or you were thinking of working while you're they're practicing and this and that. I'll never forget when my kids were super little. Amy and I are in a CVS store somewhere, and our kids are kind of running around, and it's in between that. All right, just let them be kids, and you're now interrupting other adults. So it's like in between that.
I'm starting to get some looks.
Yeah, so, but I'll never forget this dude. He's like, he comes over to me, he goes, man, and he was probably, this is probably, how old are my kids? 10 years ago. And this guy was his kids. He goes, puts his arm around me, he goes, dude, listen to me. Let them do what they want a little bit. Just enjoy them. That's all I'm going to tell you. I just moved my kid to college, and I can barely even breathe right now. I'm so depressed. He goes, I miss him already. He goes, you have no idea what that's going to be like. And I'm like coming up to that now. Right?
You're like there.
Yeah,
you're getting there.
So that's one thing. I would say definitely time flies, brother. Spend as much time as you can with those kids, because I don't regret very much about not spending time with my kids. I mean, I worked, but they were with me and they were little, and we were in a pool and I was still splashing water when I'm on the phone. I mean, you do that stuff too, man. I know you do. Right. So it's huge. Don't regret that, because it'll fly by. The other thing with sort of feeling this, things don't make us happy, right? Money doesn't make us happy because we just want more. If that's your passion, you're going to never have enough of it. I can tell you that. Yep. But there's something about, I read this study about happiness, and it had to do with happiness. And it was something like this. They surveyed like 100 people in wheelchairs that were in their 20s and 30s. They were all able to walk at one point in life was normal. Something happened to them. Okay. Yeah. So they surveyed them, and then they surveyed people around them. And what they found with almost no exception was those that are in those wheelchairs that can no longer walk are happy today because they were happy when they were able to walk. Now they're not able to walk, and they're still happy. Those that were not happy were unhappy when they were able to walk, and now they can't walk and they're unhappy. Okay. So, I mean, that's a dramatic thing to change your life, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about who you are, man, and you find that happiness within yourself. And I think I think you can only do that by serving people. I
Mhm.
don't think you can do that without. I mean, I can tell you, and I don't mean to brag to do this, but I just need this in my life to be happy.
Mhm.
I got a phone call a week and a half ago or so, right during the tornado stuff that was going on. A buddy of mine, his kids were worried he was drinking again, and so on and so forth. I went over there. I spent a lot of time over there, a lot of time over 3 days. Okay. Um, and I can go on about that, but that was something that was like a no brainer. I'm there. What do you need? This is crazy. I spent 2 hours in a park last night, not in front of a TV, not on social media, not direct messaging this person, but the dude's got some problems with a lot of different things and this and that. I've only met him a year ago and I don't know him that well. I bumped into him and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And it was like, holy shit, really? I mean, he had a horrible childhood, a horrible, horrible stuff going on in his life. He just got out of jail. And I'm like, dude, why don't you come on up to the park tonight, man? I'm going to go up there. And I was like, I'm on the park board now, and I'm just going to be looking around up there, you know. And I sat down with him for 2 hours, dude. And he told me everything you could. Those, to me, there was another kid. I knew his mom. I knew him forever. He was quarterback on our football team. His mom passed away. I didn't go to the funeral, and I felt bad. So I called him up. Hey, man, I heard about mom. What's going on, buddy? He calls me Shawnee still to this day. He's living in a hotel because his house burned down because when the tornado went by, electric went out, boom, the house caught on fire because he didn't turn his breaker off and some things were happening, right? So that's just like in 2 weeks. I highly suggest if you're not doing things with people that need to have some pat on the back or just a set of ears, that's what life was like a long, long time ago. And it's like that today if you want it to be.
Yeah. That's where the happiness comes from.
Big
It's usually when chips are down. It's usually
Big
when there's
time.
problems and you're helping people solve them.
Yep,
That's what
it's
all
huge.
about. And I mean, like maybe AI can do that, but I don't want AI to do that. I want to do that. That's where I get happiness from. AI doesn't need happiness. I need happiness. Like I need joy. Selfishly, I don't want AI to create art, right? I don't want it to write my next email. I want you to know that this is me doing this BS here, right? I don't want you to worry that it's fake, that some computer generated it. There's no, like, in the human existence, there's zero value in that to me. I find like cool that somebody came up with it. Neato. There's zero happiness in me using it. And that's why, like, I'm not opposed to it. I know people are going to use it. But I'm probably not going too much. We Skip on our team uses it. He's a contractor for us. He uses it to write some emails every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. But I prefer when it's just me being like, "Sup, Sean? Here's what we need. Hit me."
Yeah.
You know.
Angela discussed this on the summit I was on the Philippines. She always preaches this too in the show, in her show. You can never replace the power of human connection. As a AI is just a tool, and who uses that tool? Us people. So humans will just use that tool, and the output on making stuff really depends on the human that's using it. So that's the scary one too, Dan.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Jai. Where it becomes a problem is when we're trying to get serious information about serious things like who I'm going to vote for, which I know it's a joke and everybody thinks politics is a joke nowadays, but it's a pretty freaking serious thing to vote for somebody that's got some control of your life, whether that's a president, Congress, whatever it is, local dog catcher, I don't care what it is, right? Local things are even more important, school board things, all that stuff. But I don't want to go on to get information and it's something either Trump or Harris isn't really saying, and I'm trying to get real information. Somewhere along the line, and I am not a big government regulation guy, but somewhere along the line, I do believe patents should be protected, because if you thought of that idea and it's your idea and it can make an impact and you patent that idea, I believe in that. Not everybody does. I do. So I get that type of thing. I look at AI almost like that, where I hate to say this, but somewhere the government's going to have some sort of thing that is like on this thing right now. And there's a little star. If you ever see the star, that means that it is definitely true, or not true necessarily. I don't even care about that, but it's definitely not AI doing something and somebody doing something so horrible. Defamation, is that what we call it? Things like that. You got to really watch defamation and things like that.
I was gonna say, just there has to be a flag, like, and that would be the legislation. I think would be that it has to be documented that was created by artificial intelligence,
right?
Or that it was artificial, like, and maybe there's different levels of it, but and bad people are going to do bad things, right? So there's going to be people that manipulate it, which is then that's just goes back to the people, but they were assholes already to begin with. Yep. But that's the thing that worries me is just it's when it can think, and like Jai said, it's a tool, but it's no longer a tool when it can think, right? A tool is a shovel or a hammer or a squeegee cleaning a window. That's a tool. AI is beyond a tool. AI is a person. It's not a human, but it's a personality, right? It's a capability. It's beyond a tool.
I'm willing to say that this may have happened already, and this is why I'll say it, because it's probably happened already. Imagine a teenage 20-year-old kids breaking up, and then somebody posts my daughter on social media saying things she's not really saying, and it looks like she's saying these things.
Oh yeah.
Let alone looking a certain way or anything like that. They're probably already doing things like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's when it gets dangerous, because you couldn't do that before. You 100%. Couldn't defame somebody like that before. Really, you couldn't before AI and before technology got to the point to where it is. And it's it's just that's the thing that bothers me. Most everything else, I get and I understand, and I just think that I hate the government regulating it, because then one side or the other might regulate something that I don't want regulated, and that's okay for him, but not for us. And so it's a slippery slope, man.
Sure is, dude. Sure is. What were you going to say, Jai?
No, I was just piggybacking on Sean and you. I agree 100% on what you guys are saying. Yeah.
Word. Let's do speaking of words, Seth Goldberg checking in, says, what up?
You up?
What up? Let's hit one more quick commercial break. We gotta get the second commercial break in for the old sponsors of Turfs Up Radio. And then I want to come back and talk about our own show sponsorship. How freaking cool is that, you guys? How freaking cool is that? It's not a beer company, though. It's not a beer company. That'll be the next sponsor. Just a 6-pack. Somebody out there, just send me a 6-pack. That's all I need. Okay, maybe like a 12-pack. Maybe a 12-pack. We'll get back. We'll be back with a little more home service happy hour on Turfs Up Radio. Don't go nowhere. We're going to be talking about sponsorship.
Get ready to abandon gas with Crest Commercial. With insane power and extreme longevity, the era of batteries trailing behind gas engines is over. With the Crest revolutionary 8-minute cyber system, Crest Commercial landscape tools provide the same power and performance as their gas-powered counterparts, as much as a 2-stroke engine. Plus, the Crest 60-volt CyberPack batteries charge in 8 minutes or less. Professional landscapers can finally make the switch to battery without sacrificing performance, power, or runtime. Crest, it's the only choice to replace gas. For more information or to find a dealer near you, visit Crest.com.
Creating art from darkness. For over 20 years, Cast Lighting has designed and manufactured the world's most durable, energy-efficient, and technically advanced landscape lighting products available at astonishingly affordable prices. Cast offers an all-encompassing line of products with everything you need to get the job done. Cast Landscape, their most durable product, is best-in-class, low-voltage landscape lighting made of solid bronze with integrated and drop-in LED technology. These fixtures are built to endure the most demanding environments. Source Lighting, a new division by Cast, is your source for professional grand landscape landscape lighting made of durable brass, offering both integrated and drop-in LED technology, and backed by Cast, the world's most durable outdoor lighting. Cast Lighting gives you innovative, state-of-the-art, old-world craftsmanship with tomorrow's technology. Visit their website at cast-lighting.com today. That's cast-lighting.com.
Having issues with your maintenance schedule? Want better routing and ability to track your vehicles when they leave the shop? Do you want to reduce your liability exposure with your vehicles that are moving billboards on the road? GPS Fleet Consulting uses cloud-based dashcam monitoring and can easily track your vehicle maintenance using real odometer readings. GPS Fleet Consulting can also assist you with live phone support and email support with guaranteed same-day responses. Yes, same-day responses. Stop wondering where your trucks are and start managing your fleet with GPS Fleet Management Systems. For more information, visit gpsfleetconsulting.com. That's gpsfleetconsulting.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turfs Up Radio. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
What's up, everybody? Try get your butt in here. Get in here. I saw Sean had to go, but now we got to talk podcast stuff, nerdy podcast stuff. We'll close out the show with that. You got to do, yeah, like that. We got it. Welcome back to Home Service Happy Hour, everybody. Right here on Turfs Up Radio. I'm Dan Plata. I never remember to introduce myself or anybody else for the most part. I was thinking about this. When we get our sponsor next week, Thursday, the 29th, I think. Did I say 29th? I think I said 29th. Yeah. We're kicking off our sponsorship. We got a sponsor coming on board. Want to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to need like sticky notes around me to remember to do certain things in my intro, because I just get so excited the minute we're like on doing a show. I just get carried away. And then I see like Joe Devino's here and I'm like, we got to give Joe a shout out. What's up, Joe? And then I forget to do like any announcements, and this is going on, and this is what we got to talk about, this, and this is who's here, and this is who I am. I just always forget. So I think I need like a couple sticky notes of like, introduce yourself, introduce other people, introduce the sponsor, introduce Joe Devino. Joe, I'm going to introduce you every episode and be like, and shout out to Joe Devino, just because. But anyway, I got to get better at that, because now it's getting serious. Now it's serious. We're gonna be serious on this show. No more goofing around. We're gonna talk about, I don't know. We're gonna talk about the same stuff, but more seriously. Like you can tell by the way my eyebrows are that it's gonna be more serious from here on out.
Yeah, that's the tough cookie.
Cookie.
Yeah, look.
I literally have my Tough Cookie shirt on, the Plata family logo. You see this?
Yeah.
Did you know we had a Plata family logo and there's a Tough Cookie on it? The Tough Cookie. Oh no, the Tough Cookie's down here. It's
this one.
It's that one. You got a Smart Cookie, Tough Cookie, Problem Solver.
Nice.
Plata family. That's us. But we got a sponsor coming on. That's pretty cool, guy. That's pretty cool. I didn't and like, believe it or not, y'all, I'm pretty laid back. And so are they. So that was kind of the cool thing. Like we got into the conversation and we're like, I guess we should document some stuff, but it wasn't like, oh, sign this big contract. It was like, let's just like document stuff so we're on the same page. So that was pretty cool. And then we started working on like what do we need to update, right? Because we got this sweet bar behind me and it's got my QR code. Everything's inverted. It's like impossible for me to know where anything is. This looks like it's on my left side, but it's on my right side, according to what you guys see. So we got a QR code up here. We got a Best Damn Bookkeeping logo there. We got the Home Service Happy Hour logo down there. We got to do some things with that. We also have the QR code way up there in the corner, but that's in like the background off of my video.
The streamer.
We got over here off of my video above Jai, we got the home service happy hour bar lights with the best
I,
presented by Best Damn Book.
yeah.
We got
I
all
don't
these
know
things.
if I don't know if we're allowed to share the working the draft that we had. Do you want me to show that?
I don't think
To
so
the
because I want to keep it a secret. I want to keep our
Okay.
sponsor a secret. But
Oh,
we got
oh
a
yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
We got a sweet. It's gonna look freaking cool, you guys. It's gonna look cool.
Joel, our designer, yeah, Dan's designer is doing a great job, by the way.
He's
So
like he's
shout
just
out to Joel.
crushes it. When I
Yep.
got our Best Damn Bookkeeping booth and he designed the logos for that booth, I was literally I took it to one trade show. And everybody was just like, dude, that looks freaking amazing. And I was like, I know, like it's so cool. I didn't do it. Like my boy Joel did it. I didn't do it. Joe
Shout out
says
to you, Joel.
Sitka. He's wondering if Sitka Camouflage Hunting Co. is my sponsor. No, I need it. I am gonna have the tethered guys back on the saddle tethered dudes. I got once
Oh, yeah.
we're a little deeper into hunting season, they're gonna come back on and chat. They're super fun dudes. And I do need a beer sponsor at some point, if only. Like I don't even care if they give us money. Just send me a 6-pack of beer a week, and I'll drink it on the show. It'd be perfect. Just sponsor the beers for the show. That's all we need. This is I'm just gonna say it's a software company. We'll say we got a software company that's gonna sponsor us, and I'm so picky about this, you guys, because I never want to sell people stuff. I'm cool introducing them to stuff. I'm cool talking about what works for me. And this is just like my dislike of hypocrisy. I just never want to feel like I'm getting paid to sell you guys shit that I don't use. And that's like, I don't take myself very seriously at all, especially on this show. But that is a duty that I take super seriously. Is I'm here to create awesome content that's entertaining and hopefully like a little bit useful, but mostly entertaining with a little bit of utility. And so to bring on a sponsor, like I had 2 other alternatives, even just since this show started. I had some back at Best Damn Bookkeeping when what was our old show, Jai? I don't even remember the name of it. Bookkeeping Beer and BS. Yeah. So I had some opportunities there, didn't take on a sponsor, had some opportunities here. Actually, like a bigger software company that everybody would know if I said who it is. More money, turn them down. Just not. I just don't want to sell you guys shit. It's not what I like. It's not what I think is the best thing. In my experience with them was that they always tried to sell me shit. And so I don't want to sell their shit to you, trying to sell you shit that I don't want to buy anyway. And so I take that very seriously. I had a marketing company, which I've never used. And that was just another one where it's like, I can't promote a marketing thing that I've never used. Right? Like, sure, I could get paid, but then who the hell am I? Right? That would be just some shit. This company that's a sponsor, we have used in multiple businesses for a while. And they're awesome. The people are awesome. The software is awesome. The results are awesome. So I'm just super pumped to have them on because it's a thing that I promote anyway. And that is only unless it's a beer company. But if it's like associated with the home service industry at all, I just will never bring on a sponsor that I don't trust, I don't use, I don't have perspective on. I just think that's icky. I don't like it. I don't want to sell you guys stuff. This isn't about me making money. This is about me having fun, having good guests on, making entertaining content for you guys. So if there is going to be a sponsor here that wants to like chip in on the show and help us produce more cool stuff, I'm all about that. Like more people on the bus, that's cool. But they got to be the right people. Like, I don't want a boss. I want a partner, right? And so I'm pretty pumped about that. But Jai, totally, like, once we started going down the path, I was like, oh yeah, this will be easy. We'll just like slap their logo on some stuff and we'll be good to go. And then as we started thinking about, we've got commercials. Oh, and then there's this background. Oh, well, then there's this other background. There's a background for the background. And then there's the logo for the podcast that's like out on Apple and Spotify and wherever else. All of a sudden I was like, I think I think we took on more than originally was going through my mind. As like, here's all the boxes we need to check.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
You
me
feel
too.
that way? You feel that way? It's
Yeah.
not just me.
I was like, we need new video clips for the YouTube channel too. Like,
Oh yeah. Does the YouTube channel need to change to say like home service
Like the
happy
end-
hour brought to you by? Yeah.
oh yeah, that too. I didn't think of that too.
Yeah, shit. There's so many things to change, you guys. That's cool. Though.
Well, we're just winging it, guys, because this is our first sponsor too.
Yeah, we'll figure
yeah,
it out. If anybody's ever had
we're-
a sponsor, feel free to
Yeah.
let us know all the stuff that we're not doing right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Sorry,
we're
sponsor.
pretty much in this for like a first time thing, so please bear with
They-
us. So
They know what they're getting into. They know
But-
what they're up
but-
to.
but
They'll
pretty
be
much, yeah. If they see the video clip and their logo will be in there, so I guess that will do. But we just have to make sure that their names and their logos are
yeah.
on the intro thing and the outro thing. So we should probably do a new video clip and a new intro for
Yeah.
those. So yeah,
Well, you better hold me accountable to all the stuff you need me to do because
yeah, because
forget.
because it's your voice that we need to.
yep. I got to do that again.
Yeah.
It'll be take 3. It'll be round 3 for me because I did it for
Or bookkeeping.
bookkeeping
yeah.
beer and BS, and then I did it again for
Yeah.
home service
For the-
happy hour. Now I'll do one more. I should be good at them by now, like the third
You will
time.
be.
I should
You
be
are.
good at
You
it by
are.
now.
You don't. What to call this? You don't take enough credit for making this show awesome, man. So this is 100% you. So
No, it's not. It's actually 100% you. I just sit on here and talk, and then you make it look good. I'm actually, Jai. I just to break it to you. I don't know if you realize this, but I'm actually artificial intelligence. I'm not even here. It's all fake. The whole thing's fake. It's not even really me. I don't even. I'm just a
breaking
hologram.
news. Breaking
Yeah.
news. Dan is the AI.
Dan's actually a Daniel. Dan's a hologram. Yeah, Dan's a hologram of Daniel.
Yep.
Good stuff. No, I'm excited. So we got a few more episodes before the sponsorship is live, but we're already like we crossed T's, dotted I's. So I'm excited to like announce it. But I don't know why. I don't even like keeping things secret because I do like to talk about stuff. But I'm keeping this one secret just for fun, just to see if I can. I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Have I let it slip? Did I say it? I feel like
No,
there's a risk that I would have said it and
I-
totally let it slip.
I think you have shared information like way earlier episodes, but
Like,
I
you guys
don't
will have
think
to go
the-
back and listen to those.
yeah, you have to go back and listen to those for
see
you
if-
guys to know who the sponsor
See
is.
if you can
Yeah.
maybe throw some guesses out there. Even if you guess right, I probably won't tell you, but feel free to throw some guesses out there.
Comment
No,
comment your
it'd be-
guesses.
yeah.
below.
It'll be super fun. Well, Jai, thanks for hanging. Thanks for hanging today, Sean. Thanks for jumping on. Man, I'm so pumped. I've gotten more interviews scheduled since we've been on this show. They just keep coming. If you got, I know we just did a big recruiting webinar, but man, if you are not using a good recruiting service and you're still trying to do it, I would hire a recruiting service before I hired a bookkeeper, and I run a bookkeeping business. Like, having somebody help you find the best employees in the world, just don't run a business with crappy employees. You deserve good employees. Running a business with average employees is awful. It's not average, it's awful. Go get the best employees in the world, and it makes your business way more fun, way easier to run, makes you way more money, and everybody's happy. So I just can't say enough about Hire Lead Chill and how many, literally in like less than a half a day, hundreds of applicants and like 25, it's got to be 25 interviews on my schedule with me saying, this is what I had to do, Jai. I went, okay, Nikki, go. That was it. My job was done. And they just make it rain. Awesome people. Wait, no, I did have to go into Indeed and put my credit card back in because
yeah.
I'm a dummy. But that was me being dumb, not their fault. All right, business nerds, you guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. I got Jason Guy on tonight if he can make it. Last time we had to reschedule. Last week I had to reschedule like last minute too. So hopefully we can stick to a Wednesday night episode. And then tomorrow night I got a bonus episode. We're doing bonus episode week, giving Jai all kinds of work to do. We got like a fishing episode, fishing trip recap episode with the dudes I was in Mexico with. So that'd be fun. I'll see you tonight. Peace.